My evening is almost ending. Just before I doze off to bed and dream about fantastic things like amazing cars, superheroes leaping from extremely tall buildings, and quiet streets. Definitely one of my favorite towns to stop and spend the night in. Metropolis, Illinois. But before I go to bed, I have to go do something else. Eat dinner. Is it time to wake up? Can't believe you didn't wake me up. Oh, you've been keeping me up all night. Every night. Last night you let me sleep? I guess it's time to get some coffee and get ready to get out of town. I cannot believe I slept in like this. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. I had planned on getting up bright and early. Wow. That's what good food will do to you. Make you sleep. Could probably blame it on that bacon ganache stuff. You sound like a spirit upstairs. You're so far away. Oh. Don't be a stranger? How come you guys don't have that thing where you can ride it up here? You just ride it up the stairs. Definitely an amazing place. Any of you guys ever want to come to Metropolis, Illinois, do one of the celebrations? Like, there is a fallback celebration coming. Fall back to Metropolis coming pretty soon. You guys want a place to stay? Right there. Riverview Mansion. Bed and breakfast. Man, that coffee's hot. The coffee's hot. Now, while I was at the mansion getting a refill on my coffee, that thing is tiny. I should have brought over a bigger cup. But while I was over there, I was talking to Miss Lori and William of other things to do in Metropolis other than the supermuseum or the grave of the Birdman of Alcatraz or just Harris Casino or hanging out at the mansion. What else is there to do here? Well, they do have an incredible fort down by the river from way back in the old days. Don't know much of the history on it, but I might stop by there after I find a place to go to the restroom. Yeah, morning coffee. Blame it on the morning coffee. This here is something else one day I think I want to take you guys into. I've never been in here before, but it's something I definitely want to check out one day. So there is a lot more to do in Metropolis than just Superman. But let's be honest, he's the main lure. Let's go see if there is times on the door here. Let's see what the times are. So we have, it's closed Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's open Saturdays and Sundays only from 1 to 3. It's not very long. So if you're here on a Saturday or a Sunday and between the hours of 1 to 3 p.m., you could enjoy this incredible looking place. Today is Saturday, but I gotta roll. Kind of wishing they were open right now. You know that place has got to have a bathroom. And I know you guys are saying, well, wait a second, were you just at the mansion, at the Riverview Mansion? Why didn't you go bathroom when you were there? Well, one reason is I didn't have to go as bad at first. It took 1 cup of coffee. Another thing is, I don't go to the restroom at friends' homes. I, I don't want to end up being that Jim Carrey Dumb and Dumb. Well, it wasn't Jim Carrey. It was Dumber, not Dumb. It was Dumber who was at that girl's house and yeah, had issues with the toilet. I don't ever want that to happen. This is something else I like about small town USA. Around the town squares when people can just pull up their pickup trucks, set up shop selling produce like corn, watermelons, tomatoes. I know they do it in the bigger cities and stuff like that too. It's just here it stands out a little bit more, and it's called charming. In the big cities, it's probably called something else. Not charming. Anyway, I think I found what I'm looking for. I need to find the restroom that this guy uses. That is a restroom I could probably use after having 2 cups of coffee and not have to worry about ruining the septic system. Okay. I hear the septic tanks back here can handle it. They can handle me. This is where Superman goes to the restroom. And Wonder Woman. Superman, they coexist in one super toilet. You know, I'm noticing something. Even in the bathrooms. Superman has a very big ego. In his private bathroom, he has images of himself everywhere. From the curtains, right down to the edge. What do they call this stuff? The edging. Dude has an ego. Okay, just in case, let's close that lid. Everything worked all right. The pipes could handle the kryptonite I just dropped in there. But I don't think any customers could handle it. Okay, well, that about does it here, I think, unless you guys want another quick walkthrough. You want a quick walkthrough? Let's do it. We're back. So let's start this little quick tour and see if there's anything new. I hear there is a ton of new stuff within the museum that they moved over here. They've been doing lots of work. So let's see if we can find anything new and look at some of the elderly classic stuff that is really amazing. The stuff that people normally don't see because they don't pay attention. I mean, how many times do you come to a museum and actually spend time looking within the cabinets? Look at, there's a whip right there. I never noticed that whip. And there's a photograph of the whip, and it says, "Dear friend, I was a special effect man on 1950s television series starring George Reeves entitled The Adventures of Superman." With, what does it say here? This was used prominently by Lois Lane, portrayed by Noel Neill. When Noel would hold a rifle in a scene, we would do an establishing shot holding the complete rifle. She disliked firing real guns so much that this was devised. This is a prop of the rifle barrel. For the actual moment of her firing of the gun, she would hold the barrel out, stretched over her shoulder, and they would get a shot of the gun. I would shoot a charge through the barrel, which would simulate gunfire. This piece was used many times throughout the series. Is unique though. It was in my possession until I sold it March of 2001. Huh. Yeah, I really don't look at this stuff much. I'm looking, there she is. Yeah, normally I look at all the big stuff on display. I never really focus on what's in the cabinets. Would you look at that? Records, LPs. TV's Best Adventures of Superman on LP. See what I mean? There's a lot of cool stuff. I mean, normally you could just walk through here in 5 or 10 minutes just looking at the big stuff, but if you want to look at every little thing, you could be in here for hours. Ooh, everything is so nice. They got this place so cleaned up and opened. There's so much floor space now. Plenty of room to walk around and check stuff out. And since this new room opened up, I have not been in here really. Look at that. A piece of the old water tower. Probably weighs about 10,000 pounds. But Superman can pick it up. Oh, he probably could. It's crazy to think about people's fandoms. But you can understand why people are huge fans of this guy. Just so much stuff. Honestly, you could spend hours in here. Hours and hours. Just walking slow down each individual aisle. See what I mean? Another aisle. I have a question. You guys have to remind me before I end this video about puppets. There's a specific puppet. I'm curious if he owns it. And if not, why? And no, it's not that one. I'm gonna ask, have any of you guys ever seen, or are any of you guys into Genesis? The band Genesis. Whoa, would you look at this? No, not the screen-used backpack, but this. Okay, back in the day, back when I was in high school, Genesis came out with a pretty great album. And one of the songs on it was called Land of Confusion. And it was all done with puppets. And one of the puppets is Superman, where are you now? You know, where everything's gone. Check out Land of Confusion if you've never heard it before. The song by Genesis. You could YouTube the video. But one of the puppets is Superman. But it's actually Ronald Reagan dressed as Superman running around trying to save the world or something. And I'm curious if Jim and the museum actually have that puppet hidden somewhere. Because that's a Superman prop. And it's a pretty cool one, and it's a part of our 1980s MTV childhood. Not to take anything away from these TV and movie-used costumes. I met some of these artists that created this stuff at this last year's Superman celebration 2019. A lot of talented people. Here's another one. And I finally purchased Shazam. Or my Gomer Pyle. Finally watched it. I purchased it on Google Play Movies, and for a DC movie, it's actually pretty good. Kind of a modern day greatest American hero. Except he was a kid. Ralph Hinckley was a teacher. But basically the same type of story. Having to learn how to use your powers. I bet you never had to learn how to use your powers. Did you? Did you? All right, people, I'm going to go ahead and sign off, put this video in the can, and head on over to the fort in Metropolis, Illinois. The old fort. Fort Mosaic? Something like that. And it's right down the street. I'm going to park there for about an hour, check out the museum that they have to offer, and then call it a day and continue on with my trip back down to Kissimmee, Florida. That's the plan anyway. So until the next time, please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Come to this amazing place. If you're a fan of comics, superheroes, or just need to relax at a place like the Riverview Mansion, bed and breakfast, it's not a bad place to visit. Pretty incredible roadside attraction and an amazing town. Until the next time, you guys, I love you all. Peace out. I'm doing peace with a coffee cup in my hand. I can multitask. Love you guys. Yes, I used your bathroom. I used your bathroom.